Welcome to the magnificent Palace of Versailles, also known as Château de Versailles. It is one of the most, if not the most, famous royal places in the world. Not surprisingly, Château de Versailles has gotten its name from the surrounding city. When the château was built, Versailles was a mere country village. Today, however, it is a suburb of Paris and one of France's most popular tourist destinations. The palace has housed the royal court several times and is therefore not only famous as a building, but also as a symbol of the system of absolute monarchy. The history of the palace starts with the Sun King, Louis XIV. He had grown up during the disorder of the Fronde, a short civil war between rival fractions of aristocrats. For this reason, the newly appointed king wanted a center where he could organize and completely control a government of France by absolute personal rule. The place he chose for his new palace was the Royal Hunting Lodge, located in the small village of Versailles. Louis XIV quickly became more or less obsessed with his new palace and spent the majority of his time and effort on it. What started as a hunting lodge was soon to become one of the largest palaces in the world. The construction and expansion of the palace was done through 4 distinct building campaigns over a 50-year period. The first campaign started in the mid-17th century and was initiated because Louis was about to host a major party for the 2 queens of France. During this phase, the palace witnessed alterations in both the building and gardens in order to accommodate the 600 guests invited to the party. The second building campaign started a few years later. During this campaign, the palace began to assume some of the appearance that it has today. This phase included the construction of several apartments and lodging facilities, including the classic Grand Appartement du Roi. The third campaign began some 10 years later. During this phase, the Palace of Versailles acquired much of the look that it has today, including the brilliant Hall of Mirrors. It was at this time, in 1682, that Louis XIV officially installed his court at Versailles. By moving his court and government to Versailles, Louis hoped to extract more control of the government from the nobility. By now, all the power of France emanated from this center.